Hello and welcome to Founders Live Seattle. What's up, Claudius? How you doing?
What's up, Nick? What's up, Founders Live Seattle? I'm doing great. How about you?
It's so good to be here, man. It's so good to be here. I want to thank you for being my guest host, but I want to welcome everyone to Founders Live Seattle. This is I don't even know what number this is. Maybe I'll get to that later tonight. But oh my gosh, we've got such a great show for us tonight. And man, hey, Claudius, just welcome to being a part of the Founders Live team. And you've been here for a while. And thanks for joining me tonight.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you reached out and really happy to be here. Founders Live is an amazing event, and so glad to see so many people still tuning in to this day. I think that you've really done a great job of taking this virtual, man.
Oh, thanks. Well, we have a great show tonight. And before we get going, I want to let everyone know that you can share this link out. We are on YouTube. Share this link out to your favorite social network. Post on whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You're watching Founders Live. And also, what we want you to do is tell us where you're joining from. Hey, where are you watching this from? Where are you joining from? And would love to hear, are you in Seattle? Are you in another city? Are you in another country? Please share in the comments. We will pop these out. There's Allison, one of actually our new team members. Allison, you can tell us at some point where you're coming from. There's Gary Malcolm. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us in Washington. And one of the more special guests of the night, Amelia, great to see you. And so everyone, share where you're joining from. We want to see your comments in that comment section. We'll pop them up there and we'll get going. But, without further ado, what I want to do is bring in, we're going to bring in Sean and Ken from Venture Out. And actually, we're going to have a great conversation. So allow me to bring Sean and Ken in. Just searching for them. There's Sean, and there is Ken. Where's Sean? There he is, right there.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Claudius.
There he is. All right, Sean and Ken.
How's it going, y'all?
What are you guys doing? Well, welcome to the show, everyone. And Claudius, go ahead and take it real quick here.
Yeah, well, I was.
I'm having some trouble and some connection trouble, so hopefully you guys.
Yeah, no worries, Nick. We've all been there. It's the price of admission
all right.
for virtually working from
Sean,
home.
we're welcoming Sean Sternbach and Ken Hornstein from Venture Out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I apologize for the technical difficulties. My machine is actually heating up, but hopefully we can make this. So, hey, Sean, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, everyone. My name's Sean Sternbach, co-founder of Venture Out, alongside Ken, my co-founder. And my battle for the past 4 years, spending time at Amazon, previously co-founding a B2B SaaS company that did reservation software.
Awesome. Hey, everybody.
Awesome. Great. Ken, what's going on?
All right. Great to see everybody here in Seattle. Nick, Claudius, thank you for the invite. Really appreciate it. As Sean said, I'm Ken Hornstein. I'm co-founder of Venture Out as well. We are a community of founders and really a startup lab that's helping launch more startups here in Seattle. We're over 300 founders strong. We're just under 3 years old. And really before this, I was focused on all things startups the last 5 years as well. I worked for M12, which is Microsoft's early stage venture capital fund. And we would go around the world investing in startups, and I would help make those startups successful. So really excited to talk today about what's going on in the investing world and what we're seeing in Venture Out.
Awesome. Thanks, guys, for being here. And again, my machine is hopefully going to hang on for this show. So, Claudius, you're there if you're not hearing me. But hey, guys, I want to just start with, both of your perspectives on why you have taken the leap to start Venture Out. And really, what is your thesis and who are you aiming this for? I know that's a lot of questions, but, we'll start with Ken there.
Yeah, Venture Out is based off the premise of community is what helps grow this ecosystem. And what we saw as an opportunity, and a lot of this really started with Sean's experience at Amazon, and then a little bit of what I was seeing in the startup ecosystem here in Seattle was, hey, what can we do to provide that infrastructure and that ecosystem for founders to support each other? Where can we and how can we facilitate a way for founders to ask for feedback and direct questions from people who have lived through that, have been in their shoes, and really get this kind of direct, honest feedback on what they can do. And so, the reason I joined Sean in this journey was I just saw so much incredible talent here in Seattle. And it was really an opportunity to help those people come together and support each other to build this. And I'll let Sean talk a little bit further about his journey to this as well.
Yeah, I think that was great. To add to that, my experience at Amazon, I came across many amazing product managers, engineers, designers who all had brilliant startup ideas, but no one wanted to pursue them full time. And so we kept on asking why. And ultimately, it came down to three things. These employees that were in big tech, they wanted access to mentors, access to programming, and access to a variety of resources. In a word, it's what Ken said, community. Because when you're working 16 hours a day in Q4 at Amazon, you don't have time for anything else. You don't know who to go to for support. And we put 20 people around a room from Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and a few other big tech companies here in Seattle and said, what do you need? And the outcome has been Venture Out. So it started with 20 people over 2 years ago. It's now grown to this 300 plus group that's been vetted by Ken and myself, because we believe we can help founders with the 0 to 1. Founders at these big tech companies know how to scale, operate with unlimited budgets, and unlimited headcount for the most part, but we help with that early stage aspect where you're living in a cash constrained environment and have finite resources.
Got it. Yeah, I think it's amazing, and I love it. And Claudius, so I want you to tee up this next question after mine. So think about it. But both of you, the state of the early stage investments, angel investments, how has that shifted in your view with the changes in the world, the pandemic and COVID? How has that affected, especially from your angle and especially in Seattle? And let's go with Ken first.
Yeah, I think it's a great question, mainly because the response, I think, surprises people. And most of my context comes from talking with friends who are still very actively investing today in Seattle and Silicon Valley. And what I've heard kind of time and time again is things paused very briefly, and now people are investing as much as they ever have, if not more. And what we've seen, at least in my opinion, is actually investors are a little bit more accessible. They're opening up their calendars a little bit more. They're connecting with more founders. They're still writing checks. And, I talked to two friends last week, both in Silicon Valley, actually one in Silicon Valley, one here in Seattle. And they were both relaying how competitive it is to find good deals and to still get into great deals. And so for me, I think what I expected to happen was for a couple things. One, investors to immediately say, I want to see how you're going to be break even or cash flow positive in the very near future. I actually have not heard that as much. I'm still seeing as many investors saying, how are you going to capitalize on this multi-billion-dollar opportunity? The second thing that I kind of expected to hear was, well, we're going to spend more time with our portfolio companies and less time on new deals. And I talked to a friend who's at one of the probably top 10 funds in the whole world. And she relayed, they did that for about 2 months, made sure that the ship was righted. And then she had to dive right back into doing more deals. And the other context I'll give, which is probably relevant to this community, is my experience here with Seattle Angels are the angels who have been taking angel investing seriously. So people who invest regularly, they keep a cadence, they have a structured process, a structured deal size. They didn't really hesitate as much, right? They might have taken a quick breather, missed a month, tried to reassess what their strategy was. But the angel funds still seem to be doing as many deals as they were, and the systematic angels are not. Now, on the flip side, angels who do angel investing for fun, who invest small checks and only invest a couple a year, I've seen a number of those angels take a step back and just say, I was only investing in 2 to 4 companies a year, and maybe only $5,000 at a time. And I'm going to actually pause on that for a little while. So I don't know, Sean, if you want to add more to that, but that's been my discussions with investors.
Yeah, I think you summed it up well, Ken. I've seen very similar things as Ken, and see a very bright future for more investment in the Seattle startup ecosystem.
Nice, nice.
Claudius.
I think, I have a question. Given that the Founders Live community is made up of more or less people interested in entrepreneurship as well as founders, I'd love for you guys to talk about how, one, COVID has affected Venture Out's community growth. I would think that in the age of remote work and a move to that, more people are thinking about taking that leap. Can you guys talk about how you guys have grown in the age of COVID?
Absolutely. So I think, Claudius, you're absolutely right. We've seen the same thing where more and more people are considering the idea of venturing out of their day job into their startup full time. For Venture Out specifically, we've seen more people from Microsoft and Amazon join this community than ever before. And I think part of that is a function of they're working from home all day. They have a little more autonomy to work on things on the side. And for some people, their projects are on hold and they're looking for other things to do. So we are seeing more growth from employees at big tech than I've ever seen with Venture Out so far. And it's super exciting because going virtual now has enabled us to open up our community beyond the borders of the Seattle Pacific Northwest area. And we're starting to get people interested in what we're doing from all over. And so while Ken and I have a topophilia and affinity for Seattle and the Pacific Northwest, we are now able to support founders from all over, which might be a tiny silver lining with what we're going through now.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think that was great. Like the way Sean summed that up. The couple of things I would just add are, one, we've grown in the last year over 100%, and the rate hasn't stopped and it hasn't slowed down. Two, think about what we're going through right now. And Nick, Founders Live is a perfect example of this. We're sequestered, trapped in our own thoughts, in our own process. And the remedy for that is connecting with people and community. And so we are seeing consistent, and just for reference, what we do at Venture Out is really 2 big things. The first one is our Founders Forum community, well over 300 founders in that community. We come together twice a month for what we call our Founders Forums. It's founders only, no investors, no service providers. And it's a place for founders to crowdsource support and feedback from other founders. Really, any question is on the table. Really, you can ask if you have a marketing question, if you have a mental health issue, if you have a co-founder issue. And so that twice a month event, we are getting consistent people who are coming in and saying, oh, I finally have someone I can talk to. You know, it's almost that water cooler feel, but everyone shares a similar experience. And then the second, yeah, go for it, Nick.
I was going to say, I love that thought. And, you know, what's the second thing?
So the second thing is our launch lab. And this is where we work with a really small, select few startups. And we work really as a co-founder as a service. We do everything that does not include writing code. We predominantly work with technical founders who can write code. And we help you through customer discovery. We help you through, you know, that go-to-market plan and that fundraising process. We help you through everything that is not actually building the product. And to be honest, if you're a founder and you've got this conviction to change the world in whatever way you want to change the world, a little virus isn't, and I'm, you know, tongue in cheek, it is not a little virus at all, but these people will like knock through walls to go do it. And that's who's on this call. And so we continue to see people really interested in the launch lab as well.
Very good. Everyone, you have a chance to ask a question to Ken and Sean. So I want to hopefully at least take one question from the audience. But as we wait for them, you know, what should founders be thinking at this point in time? What would you suggest they do, especially as someone that maybe does have a job or something that they're working on, but they do want to venture out on their own? What would you suggest maybe the first and second step is? Either one of you.
So the very first thing I would do if I was in your shoes, or when I was in your shoes, was I'd double down on customer discovery. I made it a point to talk to every industry, any customer, anyone that would take 10, 20 minutes of time to ask them about their pains. It's one thing when you say, I've got this great idea and I want to go build this product. It's a very different thing when you come to Ken and I and say, I've talked to 100 different people. This is the number one pain they face, and go from there. And so what Ken and I focus a lot on, and this is something everyone on the call can do, because in my opinion, customer discovery never stops, is continuously reach out and talk to prospective customers or those that fit personas that you believe to fit your product or your problem.
Very good. And, you know, I'm going to jump in here. Manuel actually asks, what companies have been launched through Launch Lab so far? So maybe talk a little bit about what you're seeing thus far, and that's a good transition for sure.
Yeah. So I'll talk about a couple of the companies that came through our first launch program. Predominantly, we focus on B2B enterprise SaaS companies, as well as marketplace companies. So part of what Venture Out does, we have 3 goals in our program. One is to help you get traction with paying customers. 2 is to help you get traction with raising capital from investors. If neither of those 2 things happen, we help you with the third thing, which is identifying how to kill your idea. Because we'd rather you kill it in 12 weeks than spend the next year of your life building something that doesn't have legs.
So true.
So in full transparency, about half of the companies we work with, we actually kill their idea. And that's something we're proud of, because they're that much closer to their next idea. And now they understand the entire process they have to go through that much better. And they also now have access to the 55 plus mentors as part of Venture Out. So one example of a company is GeneMod. They do software for labs. So think of big biotech companies that are universities that have laboratories, and they build software that does inventory management to help those labs manage the very expensive reagents that they all work with. So they came into the program. They were actually both full-time in their startup. The majority of our founders are actually moonlighting, but these two were full-time. And they had some domain expertise, having worked in labs before and having engineering background. And we worked with them to help them get more paying customers and ultimately to the point of fundraising.
Yeah, I'll add that's a perfect way to describe it, Sean, but I'll add a couple other companies. For any engineers out there who are interested or leveraging Kubernetes, check out Admiralty, and maybe Nick, I can send it to you, but it's global orchestration of Kubernetes clusters. So you can build once and deploy across all of your different clusters. So that's very firmly in the enterprise SaaS kind of infrastructure space. Another company we've worked with that is still pushing through with COVID is a company called Experience Shindig, and is having to pivot a lot. They were focused on the event space. How do you have really magical events with a private chef or a specific caterer for a really memorable event? You can imagine what is happening in the COVID world with all of that. But the thing that inspires me about a lot of the entrepreneurs that we work with is they did not all start in exactly that place when we first started working with them. And through this process of really deep customer discovery, they start to find what is their secret sauce, their thing that they understand better than hopefully almost anyone else in the world that can help them differentiate.
Well, thank you for bringing them up. They pitched at a Founders Live in the past, in the last year, and I'm actually trying to remember. I think it was back in the good old days, if I remember correctly. But so great to hear that, they're coming through Founders Live, they're coming through Venture Out, and so cool to hear that.
Yeah.
Claudius, I want to give you the last question, and then we'll be moving on here.
Well, it's not really a question. It's going to be a comment. So I want to make sure the audience is aware. I'm actually part of Venture Out and would definitely give them a glowing recommendation. Venture Out is a great community of founders and people looking to become founders. Join the founders forums. Like once you get connected, the amazing part about Venture Out, especially in COVID, is the expansion across geos. So it's no longer just Seattle. Met people from LA, gotten to meet and ask for advice and help from people and founders just like me from LA and SF and all around the world, really. So it's really great to be a part of that network, and I would highly recommend you guys check it out. If you're looking at venturing out, definitely go to ventureoutstartups.com.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Claudius. We'll pay you later.
Of course, guys.
You didn't even plan that. That was not planned. I didn't even know. Claudius, so great. So, hey, Sean and Ken, thank you so much. You guys are just a great help to myself, Founders Live, the Seattle community in general, and startups and founders outside of Seattle. So thank you for what you do.
Amen.
You too, Nick.
Thanks for having us. Right, gotcha. We're honored to be part of this great community.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I'm going to pull you off. And then also, we're going to need you to kind of get out of the back room because we got a lot to go through tonight. So thank you all so much.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Nick. See you, Claudius.
All right, Claudius.
I
didn't even know that. I didn't know that. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, no, I love those guys. When I saw Ken and Sean coming up, I was like, oh, perfect.
So great. All right. Well, hey, I'm going to pull you off and stick around because you'll be joining me throughout the night. But we're going to walk through some more important messages. So, all right. See you soon.
See you, buddy.
Founders Live is the global venue for modern entrepreneurs, especially during these very challenging times. The direct impact of COVID-19 is currently being felt around the world, and it could get worse before it gets better. We are here to help you through these challenging times by connecting you to the people, information, and resources meant to move you forward as you start your next project.
We see an opportunity to bring the resources and capital and connections to the people that need it and the people that can use it, no matter where they live in the world. My honest opinion is, no matter what the economic climate is in the world, Founders Live can be important. In the good times, when it's booming, we're here to help grow companies and have them access capital that's flowing around the world and really be a fun, great event and global platform that powers entrepreneurship. In the tough times, we actually think we can be the answer, given the fact that if people are actually getting laid off and unemployment starts rising, well, the choice to start their own business is front and center, and Founders Live is right there to help them grow. I believe the secret sauce of Founders Live lies in the combination of these three words: inspiration, education, and entertainment. Inspiration is rooted in the energy and the passion that every single attendee has. The education is the information that we're bringing to people that they otherwise couldn't find. Founders Live Online helps solve entrepreneurs' daily challenges. If you have a question that you're just wondering, like, I don't know what to do here, you simply need to just type it into Founders Live and someone else will answer it right there for you. And the entertainment is the fun. We believe business should be fun, we believe it should be casual, and we believe it should be inspirational. Founders Live is the perfect place for you to connect with other entrepreneurs and to be inspired.
Yep, that is such a great video, and I want to thank Josh Berenstein over in Portland with Zenergy Films for really helping with that and being a part of Founders Live. Well, here we are, everyone, and really excited to have you here tonight and just share the moment with you. It's a special night for a few reasons, which I'm going to get to right now, and it's kind of an emotional and touching night as there's transitions happening and moving on and things of that nature. So as we go through this, I really just want to take you back 6.5 years. It was a Friday night. It was March of 2014. I don't know if it's rainy or not, but hey, it was Seattle and it was March, so it's probably rainy. And this is what we created. The very first event was actually called Feature Friday, if you all know that. Some of you are OGs and have been around since the very first. But Feature Friday, that was the logo, everyone. That was the logo. And this was the event. And yes, you can see the hair. But this was the event. This was the very first Founders Live now event, March 28th of 2014. This was the crowd. This is the crowd. And hey, by the way, so long ago that it was black and white, right? But it was an amazing crowd, and that was back in the good old days when we could gather together and actually see each other in person. But that was in the Exchange building in downtown Seattle, surf incubator. And look, over 6.5 years we've been doing this. It's been an amazing journey. More than 72 monthly Founders Live events. I mean, we're talking about, we only took off December, or we only missed 1 or 2 months out of that whole thing. And usually December we wouldn't have an event that month, but over 72 straight months of events and winners, and over 350 Seattle startups that have pitched. My gosh, 350, more than that. Hundreds of hours of networking and chatting. All of you. Well, some of you are watching from other cities, but Seattle specifically, I mean, we've had a tremendous amount of fun and thousands of handshakes and hugs. And you know me, those are important, and those are so great. And I go through this and I review it, and look, it's time to step aside. It's time to step aside and open the door for new leadership. My life and running Founders Live has gotten to a point where I can't just do everything, and I can't do this in the way that I know that it should. And so we're so excited to actually announce that our new city leader, Amelia, who is watching here and really excited Amelia Markworth. You'll know her as Interim Director of Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center at Seattle University. She has stepped up. She answered the call, and we're so excited to have Amelia jump in here and really help us. Yeah, so, you know, I know that you had I'm going to look in for some of your comments here, but, you know, just so excited to have you, Amelia. You're going to step into the position and take this much farther than I even have. So I appreciate you. And here, my call to you, Seattle, is you help her and you get behind her, and let's make this even better than it has been. So that is the big announcement of me just stepping aside. I will be running. I need to go run Founders Live, which I'll talk about a little more in a second. But for Seattle, you're in good hands, and thank you so much. So, you know, thank you all for helping start something that directly impacts people all over the world. Not just Seattle, it's corners of the world, guys, and it's important stuff. So we kind of continue to do this, okay? So sorry about that. This is a big deal, and just excited for the future. Before we really get to the meat of the event, I'm going to run through some real quick stuff about Founders Live, how we're about inspiration, education, and entertainment. We have a global platform and local live events that are happening around the world. We're building out the homepage of the Modern Entrepreneur. This is shifting and changing in real time, so a lot of this is going to kind of you know, enhance and evolve. But you have an online platform and community, information, videos. You now have these live events that are live streamed all around the world. We're doing that globally. And, you know, really our mission is to be the industry defining brand of entrepreneurship globally around early stage entrepreneurship. I want to touch on this. Some of you have seen this, but the next generation of Founders Live is really about these virtual events that then build out the global community, and, you know, how we have opening entertainment, whether that's an interview or musicians or DJ. So we have performance, we have competition, and we have networking. That is a great combination of experiences to wrap into Founders Live. I want to touch on primetime because this is not only where I'm putting a lot of my efforts, but, you know, we've got someone from Seattle that also will be participating here in the next few weeks that I want to touch on. But Founders Live primetime is our elevated global competition of winners from our cities that it bubbles up to now having these events around the world for our winners to give them more exposure, more resources, and hopefully more customers, investment, and you know, growth. So Founders Live Primetime North America, we've got Latin America, we've got Europe and Africa as a region, and we also have Asia as our fourth region. So what we're doing this fall is around, we're putting on 5 events. There will be 5 winners. There will be 1 global event, which will take place December 2nd in early in December. So excited about that. Look, these events get entrepreneurs from all over the world. You can meet them, you can see what's going on, as well as hear what they're working on, connect with them and all that. Something to know, October 21st is our next, it's the round 4 of the prime time, which is North America. And I want all of you to come back and help Rebecca Bastian from Own Trail advance to the global finals. She will be representing Seattle for this next North America event. The tickets are down below the link of the video box if you're watching this on your device. Get those now. Our goal is to help her move on to the final, and we'll even talk about that a little later. So this is so exciting. What started in Seattle is definitely growing around the world. I've touched on this. We reach about 60 to 65 cities around the world now, and we're excited to announce Montevideo, Uruguay as our 64th city. They are excited to get going, partake in being a part of Latin America and everything that's going on there. If you're not familiar, Montevideo is basically about the same distance between Buenos Aires, and it's similar to like Seattle and Portland, Buenos Aires and Montevideo. So, you know, we connected down there when I was there last year, and they're now ready to get going. So how exciting is that? So cool. If you want to start Founders Live in your city or country, reach out. This needs to be in your city. There are talented people that need global exposure, and we want to make it happen. Last thing I'll talk about, and then we're going to get to some partners, and really the heart of the show here is our core values. First one is respectful authenticity. This is what it's all about, everyone. It's about inclusion. We don't care what it does not matter what you look like. It does not matter your skin color, where you grew up, how you identify, what's your orientation. You not only are included, but you deserve and should experience success and anything that you want to build and create. That's what Founders Live is about. Secondly is what we say is gather around the campfire. We are all storytellers. You as an entrepreneur must find your story that will impact people emotionally, and so they can follow you, so they can understand what you're actually doing. So learn how to tell that story and find your campfire and entertain them. Third one, very, very important, open the door. We just say, not just do nice things for people, do great things for people without expecting a return, because it's going to come back to you tenfold, and that's the right way to live. And lastly, this is kind of still a funny one, but no name tags. And really what we say here is, Founders Live is really about, having fun, not being awkward, and really understanding that business can not only be fun, but it can be impactful and purposeful. So with that, everyone, I want to thank you for not only tonight, but everything that we've been doing in the last 6.5 years. It's been an amazing journey, and it's only getting started. And I'm ready to hand off the keys to Amelia and the team of Seattle, including Claudius, who I'm going to bring back up here. Claudius, hey man.
Hey man, I am so excited to have Amelia on board. This is fantastic. Obviously, I'm crying behind the scenes for losing you, Nick, but I think she is the perfect person to step up. And
Wow.
I'm so excited to have someone to really take this to the new level.
Well, thanks. Hey, at least you could cry behind the scenes, man.
Exactly.
Man,
Dried up those tears really quickly.
it's crazy, but yeah, thanks, man. And we've also got Dan Savage. Yeah, here he is.
Yeah.
And, Dan, thanks for being on the
The
team.
original Savage.
We got Claudius. We got Ryan, who hopefully we can bring back. He got a little busy this year. We got Nick Ellingson, who we're going to hear about. Who we're going to hear from soon. And then, all the other people, such as, Melissa with Story Fruition, who we're going to hear from very soon. But the Seattle team is great, and thank you all so much. Yeah, it's exciting times and really, really totally cool. So, all right, what we're going to do is, as I bring back my slides here, we have such a group of partners and sponsors. We're going to bring them through real quick. They're going to say hi. They're going to tell you a little bit about how they are helping you in Seattle. First one, I want to bring up Nick Ellingson. I just mentioned him, but Nick, what's up, man?
What's up, guys?
How you doing,
buddy?
I'm doing great. It's Founders Live, NBA Finals. Like, this is as good as it gets. Lakers are losing, I think, already, so that's even better.
Awesome. Well, dude, so good to see you. And as I say all the time, the beard, man, the beard, I love it. And you just keep going with that. So what I want you to do, though, is tell us a little bit about WTIA.
Yeah, for sure. First, I wanted to give 3 quick shout-outs. So one, just shout out to Nick for everything he's done at Founders Live. Awesome that it's grown to the point where he needs more help. That's what you want as a founder. Also, shout out to the guys at Venture Out. Ken and Sean are both awesome. They've been super helpful to me personally. Their program's awesome, so definitely check it out. And then lastly, Amelia, very excited for her to be the leader. Fun fact, we went to elementary school together, so I've known her for a while, and excited to spend more time with her in this. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nick Ellingson. I work for the Washington Tech Industry Association. We're a nonprofit that supports tech companies here in the state, and frankly, now regionally and nationally and internationally as well. So we're kind of now just supporting startups. And our goal is to provide stage-appropriate resources. So as always, the presenters tonight will all get free memberships. For other folks who want to reach out, shoot me an email, nick@watech.com. watech.org, or reach out to me on LinkedIn, and happy to chat more.
Thank you, WTIA, and thank you, Nick, for just being a strong partner and supporter of not only Founders Live, but Seattle Tech, and everything of that. Yes.
Hey, it's fun. All right, guys. Cheers.
All right. See ya.
Cheers, buddy.
All right. Next, we're going to bring up Melissa Reeves.
Yay!
How are you?
I'm great. I almost got verklempt too.
It happens to the best of us.
It
and
does.
couldn't stay away from it.
Well, I remember it was your January show at the Hard Rock Cafe, and I was watching the show, and you had a break, and I handed my card to you, and I said, I'm a pitch coach. And you're like, give me that card. And it was the best impulse I've ever done, because your organization is amazing. And Amelia, oh my God, I'm so excited to work with you in this capacity, because we worked at Seattle U Biz Plan competition. So your talent passing on to more talent, it's super exciting. So congrats.
Well, thank you. Tell us a little bit about Story Fruition and how you help the presenting founders.
Okay, yeah, I am the pitch coach. And so I have had the honor of working with all the teams tonight. And one of the things that I'm doing with Story Fruition is I'm trying to break through that, problem, solution, traction model that works, but we're going to be coming in through a narrative. And so every one of these founders had to dig in deep to figure out what is the problem for their customer and how are they solving it through a story. So they have 99 seconds to show you how they're going to change the world. And hopefully you're going to remember it through their story and make it rock. So I'm very, very excited. So founders that are presenting tonight, good luck. Have a great time. You have brought your A game, and I'm super excited for you. Every single one of you is a winner.
Thank you, Melissa. Yes. And, hey, look, it's so great to be working with you, and the presentations get better every month. That doesn't mean that last year or 2 years ago they weren't great, but they're just getting better. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Claudius. So we are going to be joined next by Troy Niehaus. Yes, from Bernstein. Bring up Troy here. There he is.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Troy? Long time no see.
How you doing, Claudius?
Amazing. Good to see you.
Nice to see you as well. It's been so long since I've seen Nick Ellingson as well in person. I think I can take some of the hair off his beard and add it to my head.
He's been growing it just for you.
I think so.
Well, tell us a little bit about Bernstein, and at least what you want to offer the startup community.
Hey, thanks a lot, Nick. I appreciate it. Listen, I've been involved with Founders Live here in Seattle for quite a while now. And by the way, I'm also a mentor for Venture Out. I must say that the team there is second to none. I've had a chance to speak with all of the speakers tonight, the presenters, and it's a great group. I'm an advisor at Bernstein, and we're a global research and investment management firm. We're in 25 countries from all around the world. We help people build, grow, and sustain their wealth. I'm here today because this is the community that I work with: entrepreneurs, investors, and business owners, from the inception of their company all the way to final exit and beyond. I'm a former startup owner. I run a hardware company. I've led a global software effort, and I've experienced many of the same challenges that a lot of people here online are experiencing. So at Bernstein, I can help with access to our renowned global research. I can help with our massive network of professionals, our planning resources, and the ongoing advice throughout the life cycle of an entrepreneur's company and beyond. So listen, I believe strongly in being part of a global team. Founders Live community is again, second to none. And I want to help all the people out there to get access to our vast resources in our network. And so let's connect.
Thank you, Troy. And yes, I would just say, if you have a need in some part of your business, you at least go to him and say, hey, do you know someone in this direction? And most likely Troy does. So
thanks, fellas.
All right. Thank you.
Take it easy.
See you later. Oh, man. All right. So next up is such a great partner in Now CFO, and Morgan is here instead of Bill. So we have a fresh face So excited to see Morgan, and here she is.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Morgan.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
So nice to see you. And last minute change. Bill says, "Hey, Morgan's going to be on." So, but hey, we've all
You guys upgraded.
it's been at Founders Live
Amen.
Seattle over the last few years. You've seen Morgan, and Morgan, I'm going to hand it over to you. Tell us a little bit more about Now CFO and how you help the Seattle community.
Yeah, so Now CFO, we are an accounting firm and we specialize on the operational side of accounting. So we do way more than just CFOs. We actually have everything from capital raise specialists down to bookkeeping services. And I really love working with the startup community because you guys are so innovative. You're trying to solve problems that are unique. And we understand the struggles that you're going through, especially when it comes to accounting. You guys did not get into business to do accounting. It's not sexy. So we're here to help you out. We don't have long-term commitments, no minimum hours. And for everybody here, I also want to offer you guys a free consultation and assessment on your accounting system. So give me a ring if you need some help or just have some questions you want to run it by a CFO. So thanks for bringing me on tonight.
Yeah, thanks for being on. And again, I just want to thank you and Bill and everyone at Now CFO have been not only a help for Founders Live with things that we're working on, but a partner as we grow, and then also to offer this to our members and founders around. So thank you all.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and will you be around for the networking?
Yeah, I'll see everybody at networking after this. Wouldn't miss it.
Awesome. All right. See you later.
Bye.
Cheers, Morgan. See ya.
Oh, man. We have one more partner, and her name is Alex from The Collective. And so for all of you that are in Seattle, you've probably been to The Collective. We've had a number of events there before. Those of you who are watching outside of Seattle, you have maybe not heard of The Collective, but here you are. And I'm really excited to bring on Alex.
Hi, thanks.
How are
Nick.
you?
I'm great. Although this is so bittersweet, it's kind of wild to think that our, connection started at the Riveter and then carried over to The Collective, and we'll be sad to not be working with you on a regular basis. But excited to.
I know. But you know what? This is not goodbye. This is just, Nick might not be fully engaged on a monthly basis with you all, but I will for sure pop in. I will for sure say hi, obviously. But yeah, for everyone, Alex was at the Riveter back in the day when we had our events at the Riveter, and so cool to have you still here. And I'm going to hand it over to you to talk to us a little bit about The Collective.
Yeah. So for those of you who are not familiar either with me or The Collective, Alex Katz, I'm the director of membership at The Collective, which is a membership community and social club located in the South Lake Union area of Seattle. Really, the intention is to get you connected with folks that share your passions, but also in the COVID era, really, having that place to escape your four walls at home and to come get some work done, take lunch meetings, bring friends and family in safely, of course. We've got tons of protocol in place to make sure that everyone feels safe. And we've got a full restaurant and bar. We've got the wellness component too, if that's important to you to incorporate into your day with bouldering, Pelotons, wellness programming, and yeah, a lot of fun things going on, programming to keep you engaged, opportunities to meet other people. Would love to invite each of you in to experience a day in the space. You'll see at the top there on that slide, collectiveseattle.com/daypass. I'll tour you around the space to give you the lay of the land and then let you settle in for your workday. One other exciting piece of news, late breaking, is if you're in the Seattle area and you're familiar, we have a sister club called the Columbia Tower Club on the 75th and 76th floors of the Columbia Tower downtown. And we now have an option to add reciprocal access, basically. So you can do some networking over there, then come over and enjoy a meal at The Collective, however you want to use the membership. So I can tell you more. Founders Live Crew always has a special membership offer, so definitely get in touch to learn more.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. And we love The Collective and can't wait to really get a little more comfortable back there as the world gets somewhat back to a place where we would think it's normal. Yeah.
Right. But plenty of room to spread out, I will say. 15,000 square feet.
Right. Good. Well, thank you so much. Good to see you. And thank you for supporting Founders Live.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy. Claudius. Yeah. When will we get back there?
I'm hoping somewhat soon, because I love the collective space, man. Having Founders Live physically in that space was amazing. Along with all the other spaces we've been to, Spaces, the Riveter, what was man, I'm blanking on the one by the water. You gotta remind me. Think Space. Amazing space.
Galvanized.
Amazing space.
I mean, we've been in a number of them, and we thank them all for supporting entrepreneurship. And speaking of that, we want to thank Women in Cloud as a community-led economic development organization. They're taking action to generate over $1 billion of net new global economic access for women entrepreneurs by 2030 through these partnerships, corporations, community leaders, and policymakers. Definitely check them out, womenincloud.com. We are really glad to be a partner of theirs. They support Founders Live. We support what they're doing, and you'll see a lot more of that even in 2021. So thank you, Women in Cloud. We also want to thank AWS. All the presenters get $5,000 credit to Amazon AWS just for pitching. The winner will receive $10,000 credit to AWS. And then also Google Cloud, $3,000 credit for their startup Google Cloud for Startups program. That's up to almost $100,000 if you can graduate there, which is so great. So we thank Google for that. And Claudius, are you ready?
Are we ready? Oh, I'm ready. I've been waiting for 52 minutes for this.
We are ready. I know. Sometimes we're packing a lot. I know. Seattle packs a lot in our event.
It's always great to have the preamble,
Yeah.
Everyone's ready now.
All right, so here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to have, there's hundreds of us on here. We've got 5 great startup companies. Each one's going to pitch for 99 seconds. You all, as the audience, have 4 minutes. You're going to type. We'll get to that in a second, but you type your questions. We're going to vote at the end, and then we will eventually have at least one winner that comes out of this. All right, so we've got a great lineup for tonight. You'll see on that list, we have FitLift. We're excited. We got Biz Papa. We got Gamma Q. We've got Blue Zone Systems, and we have Arthret. Just a great mix of startups. And I know that Melissa has expressed to me that she is so excited. She believes that these are just packed filled pitches and really excited. This is how we will vote. If you want to take your phone out right now, this is not your only opportunity, but if you scan that, you're going to go straight to the voting poll. There's also a link at the bottom in the description of this video, and we will also post it in the chat. But there is a link. We'll go on there. We'll vote, and that's how we'll do it. But if your phone can scan that right now, and you can get ready and prepared. It's not on Founders Live. It's actually a different system. We're testing some different systems out over this period of the fall, and so it should be pretty easy to vote. Oh, by the way, this will be how we take questions. Depending on how you're watching on YouTube, there's a chat section. The watchers and viewers are going to type your questions right there, and we will pop them on the screen. So please, this is why Founders Live is great, is because you all participate. So that's how we take questions in that chat, and it is showtime. So excited. This is what we're here for. Claudius, all right. So as we bring on our first presenter from FitLift, that's Blaine. Claudius, this is, you had a previous career in sports and basically fitness, but in sports. Yep. So I think you're going to like this one, man.
I actually also know Blaine, so I'm very excited about this one.
All right.
How's it going?
Blaine, how are you?
I'm good. How's it going, Claudius? It's been a while.
Good, Blaine. Yeah, good to see you. Excited that you're on here and connecting with the Seattle startup community.
Oh, I'm so thankful to be a part of this. All right.
Blaine, so excited for you. You know how it works, right? I will be pulling up the time, and it will be on your start of your pitch. We'll just put you in motion and you go.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Thanks. Meet Jeremy. He is a 215-pound, 6'2" college linebacker. He's looking to go pro next year, and he needs to put on 15 pounds in order to be competitive. He's got tryouts for the Seahawks in 3 months, and he really must train perfect because he has a dream. In comes FitLift, the world's most advanced personal trainer. We let Jeremy see how he's doing on his squats with his form so he knows how to get better, as well as his exertion levels throughout an exercise so he can push himself more. We also can tell him things like, you're leaning too far left, or pick up the pace. We currently sell on the App Store at $10 a month for our app, and we're charging $100 per motion device. You can also pair our platform with any popular fitness tracker out there to add heart rate tracking and vibration feedback. Using FitLift, Jeremy was able to put on that 15 pounds and make his dream a reality. And boy, did he work hard for it. We put together an amazing team and are currently seeking investment and would need any help from you. Join us in revolutionizing the fitness industry. Thank you.
Great job, Blaine. That is great job. You're within the time frame, and that was an incredible pitch. Tell us, so your pitch involved someone that was maybe even attempting a professional career.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your target market of who really would be this initial target market.
So our target market, we really aim to take the good athlete great. So it's anybody that's already an enthusiast. It's anybody that's already visiting a gym 2 times or more a week, and they want something more advanced. They want a data analytics platform. And we really break that down into a few separate groups. One, it would be your enthusiast weight trainer. We found a lot of good success in the CrossFit market so far. Another would be, another would be an actor that really needs to stay in shape for that next role. And then also we found that software engineers that also work out really, really like this platform because they are very data driven and they just love the data we provide.
Got it. I'm going to bring Claudius back on here. Claudius had a question, and just for all you watching, this is your opportunity to ask a question that you're all thinking it, everyone. You're thinking it, and also we'll pop you right on the screen, at least your question. So please definitely type in those in the chat. But Claudius, maybe give a little bit of perspective on this question.
Yeah, Blaine. So I was kind of curious what some of the positive early traction you guys have achieved, and this could be users, it could be devices shipped, it could be devices made. So I'm just curious what you guys have kind of achieved so far.
So some great early traction is we are partnered with Xsense, the world's most advanced human motion tracking software hardware on the planet, and they've already agreed to help us out a lot there. We are also in talks to sign a partnership deal with a top cycling company. They're the top cycling company worldwide. They want to use our product and consume it. And we're really excited for that partnership because they saw the benefits of the marriage between data and working out and using both to make the athlete go from good to great.
Amazing. Amazing. I think I'm going to steal a second one if Nick's not jumping on here. What's the business model?
So the business model is we were going to sell $100 per device. We're taking a little off the top for that, but it's going to be $10 a month to use our app at the beginning, and that will allow unlock all of our features. We'll eventually move to a more freemium model where we offer premium features at the higher end where we charge more. And we're really excited for a remote trainer model where the trainer can sit on their couch, the person working out can be in their gym at home, and the trainer can view this data coming in, and then that will open up another revenue stream for us as well.
Nice. Okay.
All right. What set you apart from other exercise apps? Apple offers $10 a month, which doesn't require a motion device. So maybe talk a little bit about the competition and how you situate there.
Perfect. So we set ourselves apart from every other exercise app is we don't just simply tell you, hey, here's a workout plan. We say work out how you want to, pick your exercises. We track your motion and form and heart rate to give you actionable feedback off of that data. So if you're leaning too far left in a squat, you will know. If you're exerting yourself too much and you need to go down and weight our reps, you will know. We started our foundation from a very solid motion tracking platform. We actually started on Apple, found out that their watch was not as accurate as we hoped for our vision to get the granularity of tracking we wanted. So we moved to Xsense, which is significantly more accurate. And so by starting from that great foundation, we're able to do so much more with this data because we know it's accurate, and our reliability and our tech goes up significantly.
Got it. We're going to do one more question, a quick one here, and this is also from Claudius. Why is the team uniquely capable to execute this?
No, great question. So I'll say the first thing. Everyone on the team is passionate about fitness, and that passion really sets us apart, but also we'll speak to the talent. I came from a software engineering background. I worked at Microsoft and actually attended one of Claudius' events, and that's where we met. And then, so I'm super passionate about software. So, and then I have one partner that is a mechanical engineering person. He's held a principal level role in that field before, and this job really requires a bunch of mechanical and software guys together in the same room. I've also co-founded 3 startups before, so hopefully my experience can help me get through the waters a little bit better. And then we also just hired 2 folks, one that worked on placing sensors on Georgia Tech athletes to sense their movement and providing data. He's worked exactly in this space. And then we hired a Stanford grad with 10 years of machine learning experience and sensor experience, so that we have all the right people with complementary skills in the room to make this happen and revolutionize the fitness industry.
Well, very good. Very good. Blaine from FitLift, great job. Great pitch, and good to hear from you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you. Yeah.
All right. That was awesome. Yeah. One down, and really excited. What did you think about that, Claudius?
Yeah, I mean, as an athlete, former athlete, current athlete, I like to keep myself active. I think that's useful. I think there's a lot of value there, being able to. I know when more or less walked onto the team, I had to train for 3 months in the summer, nonstop, like 2-a-days, just to put on the weight, and I didn't have any AI to kind of guide me, and so it was kind of a trial and error. I was lucky to make myself to have enough drive to get me there, but some people need some of that guidance. And even if you're not trying to be a collegiate level or a professional level athlete, I'm sure this can help you reach some of those goals that you want to do in fitness. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, our next presenter up would be Sean from Biz Papa. What's going on?
Hey, Nick. Hey, Claudius.
Hey, Sean. I love this name, by the way.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean, go ahead and share your screen for us.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll get that going here. There it is. All right.
Perfect.
All right. So as I explained before, and actually, Claudius, I'm going to remove you. So we'll see you soon. All right. So as I said, on your start, your time will go, and here we go.
Jennifer, a foodie and a teacher who is very passionate to launch her own restaurant. Jim, a restaurant owner who wants to sell his business and retired with family in Leavenworth. Jim and Jennifer came to Biz Papa, a web platform that takes the friction out of buy, sell, and operate restaurants. Sellers can list businesses smarter and faster. Buyer can discover businesses with rich data and 360-degree views, and close seamlessly with our easy-to-use technology and partner agents. Biz Papa takes 5% for each transaction. Jim and Jennifer leveraged Biz Papa platform and exchanged the business without any hassle. They are a happy customer. Now, Jennifer needs some help to set up operation for day one, and she was able to leverage Biz Papa's concierge services, such as business insurance, license and permit, single-use builder, menu builder, COVID-19 compliant, and website with a QR code at $49. You can contact us at contact me, Shan Sundaram, co-founder and CEO of BizPapa, and we are looking for seed investment to expand the business. Thank you.
Great job. Great job. You know, when you approached us about pitching, I thought this was really interesting because it really is like I had not seen a marketplace where people can buy and sell local businesses in this manner. So really cool. Good job on that. And, you know, is this mostly for local? And tell us why it would be focused on local businesses versus like just any, website or internet, online, mobile app, anything of that nature.
Great question. So if you look at the restaurants, it's very niche in the local market. And right now our focus is just on the Seattle market on one category, which is the restaurant. But our goal is to expand this across the nations at some point. But we wanted to make sure we do the right thing in the small market before we can expand. That is why we picked Seattle with the category restaurants to start with, and then we think out all the process and expand this eventually across the nation. That is our goal.
Very good. How does BizPapa validate the seller business or the seller that is viable, and how does that protect buyers? So maybe tell us a little bit about how a little bit that works.
That's a great question. If you look at any sellers, they wanted to put their business at a higher value, right? That they want to make more money when they sell the business. And sometimes it may not be realistic. And we do have internal tools to validate the business and the profit and loss and how much amount of time do they have on the lease. So there is a bunch of like 50 questions we go through to come up with the actual validation to make sure the seller value is in match with what our tool provides. Only then we expose that value to the buyers. So we want to make sure both the buyer and seller are happy at the end. And we don't want to lower the price very less. At the same time, we don't want to go very up as well. So that's why we do have the internal validation tools to make sure that price is really valid in the market.
Oh, very good. Very good. All right. Amelia asks about the market size. Tell us a little bit more about what you're seeing on that direction.
Sure. Great question. If you look at the nationwide businesses, small mom and pop shop business exchange every year, it's around 400,000 businesses exchange hands. But if you look at just the restaurant market, it's around 100,000 restaurants that's exchanging hands. So that's a $4 billion plus market size just on the restaurant side for a year.
Okay, nice, Sean. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and the team?
Sure. Yep. My background is I was a product manager at Microsoft, and we are a 3 co-founder team, and me and then the other person who runs 2 restaurants in the East Side, who has lots of background in this industry, especially on the buy and sell. And the third person is a business broker and a real estate broker. So it's a good mix of all the 3 partner founders that's making BizPapa unique.
Makes sense. Yeah, I like the backgrounds and the effectiveness of that.
Sure. Yep. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. We've got a question from Melissa, actually. And how will you help the buyer with their marketing during COVID when dining out is a little challenging? So this is an interesting question. Great job, Melissa. I think some challenges in the market right now make it a little more difficult to actually either sell a company
or own a restaurant.
Yeah, right. So tell us about that.
Yep. So with the COVID, when it started, it was a little slow and there was a lot of panic mode, but things have changed drastically in the last few months. And in fact, we have our salespeople going door to door on the marketing, and we see a lot of traction both from the seller and buyer. In fact, we just got around 5 listings last week, and we put it in the market, and we see a lot of traction from the buyers because, especially in the Seattle market, there is a lot of tech folks who wanted to run some small restaurants on the side. So we see a lot of queries coming in from the buyers to make use of this opportunity before the market goes out. So this is the right time for the buyers, and they're trying to tap as much as possible at this time.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get moving. So great job, interesting idea. I think I love it. I think it's important to have a platform where people can find these opportunities, and owners can get rid of the business if they really want to part with it, and people can purchase them. So cool idea. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Claudius. Bye.
All right, see ya. Yeah, so interesting. So interesting. All right, here we go. We have our next presenter, and Freya, let's bring her on. Freya, how are you? Oh, you're on mute.
Might be on mute.
Are you
good,
there?
thank you.
Good.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's GEMAQ or it's GEMAC? Yes. Which one?
Yeah, GEMAC, but yeah, a lot of people say GEMAQ, and that is very fine. So
All right.
whatever works best for you folks.
Whatever works. But okay, here we go.
Okay.
Really
Okay.
excited. Claudius, we'll see you soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
And Freya, whenever you're ready on your start, I got you.
Okay. This is Jessie. She's a 35-year-old businesswoman multitasking during COVID on a virtual meeting with Kathy, her financial advisor. Hi, Kathy. I've been thinking a lot about the future lately, and I really want to invest in companies that are not only financially healthy, but also empower women, and not only led by white old men. Yeah, I get it, says Kathy, and manually digs through hundreds of companies and the gender data, which is not even sure is the most recent data, when she comes across a tool. GEMAC, a tool that rates and visualizes the gender balance among corporate leadership. It's automatically updated when the gender balance changes, showing the real impact women have on the market economy here and now on the spot, like any other market data. This helps Kathy evaluate the market through a gender lens. During their second meeting, Kathy comes back with 5 companies that fit Jessie's criteria and have good GEMAC ratings. This is perfect, says Jessie. Now I can invest directly in women empowerment. So GEMAC is coming to the US. Join our beta waitlist. We are open for partnership and connecting with investors that share our mission. So thank you.
Oh, great job. You had like 15 seconds to go, which was so great.
All right.
Yeah, this is so cool. And I'm going to bring on Melissa Reeves, and she's going to join us for this question. Melissa, how are you?
I'm good. Way to go. Way to go, Freya.
Thank you.
All right. So we are taking questions. I know you're all thinking something here. My question is, this is kind of an inside question because I did introduce you or I brought to your attention, there are companies that are much more around, and there's startups that have actually pitched at Founders Live that are much more around influencing, helping corporations, balance their boards with more gender balance, and that's so great, whether it's diversity in gender or race or whatnot. How do you fit into that equation? How does this company and your rating system and all the data intelligence that you provide fit into and help companies that are really just influencing and getting much more diverse boards?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Well, it fits in so many ways, and we are very open to partner with associations like these ones that are, we all share the same mission. We want to have more gender diversity among the boards, and so what we are doing, we are measuring the corporate boards, board of directors, and the executive management. So we have like a rating system that evaluates those, it's 4 criteria that we look at, and then the CEO, and then the chair or the chairwoman that we like to say. So we have a gender data API and of the index itself. So it's so it kind of works mixes well with other associations and organizations. That's your mission.
Got it. We're going to take a question from the audience, and then Melissa, I want you to prepare a question for us, and then we'll address that. So, Luis, good to see you, Luis, another great team member of Founders Live. Do you intend to be acquired by a trading app or fintech? Seems like this would integrate well, but could also thrive and stand alone. So maybe talk a little bit about what would be potential partners, or maybe a potential exit at some point.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So, like we are early stage, so we are kind of finding our product market fit. But we have a partner in Iceland, and it's kind of like the financial portal of Iceland, kind of like the Bloomberg of Iceland. So the Genmark gender lens is there, accessible under every listed company in the Icelandic market. It's not big, but it's there, and actually, yeah, under every company profile, and then also as a separate website. So that's a similar partnership in other markets would be ideal. To have the measure and our data integrated into trading platforms, that would be, that's something that we see as a potential exit at some point, and to have it in some of those, I'm not going to name any names, but yeah, some of those most popular trading platforms, that would be very nice.
Very good. Melissa, your thoughts?
Yeah, so it was a joy to work with you. And, we use the financial advisor as the main character in this particular situation. But let's talk a little bit about HR. Is this a platform that an HR executive for an enterprise company, could they use your software to make sure that they're keeping in balance with the male, female, and gender balance within the organization?
Yeah, we have been asked that question multiple times, especially from some companies in Iceland that are interested in kind of using our tool and to monitor not just the highest level of their organization, but also mid-level and projects, and as well as how are they supporting gender equality and from top to bottom, to the suppliers and to their loans, and integrated within and internally and externally. So yeah, everything is possible, and we are very open to kind of test it with our early users.
Well, very cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Freya, such a good job. I think what you're building is absolutely needed and is so good. We need to measure this stuff. We need the data. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Enjoy. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Melissa. Yes. So good.
Yes. Yeah. I know. They're so fun.
They're so fun. It is so fun to do this. All right. So we have our next presenter, Danielle from Blue Zone Systems. I'm sure you enjoyed working with her as well. And
yes.
Where is Danielle? There she is.
Hi, everyone.
Danielle, hi.
Hi, Melissa. Great to see you. And Nick,
Great to see
congratulations on your 6 years.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of gray hair, I'll tell you that.
That's dog years in Founders Live.
Oh, man. I mean, if this was just starting Founders Live, what is it going to look like in 5 or 10 years? I don't even know. We'll get there. But Danielle, so excited for this, and Melissa, we'll see you in the networking because we got to make room in here. So thank you so much.
Yeah. Good luck, Danielle. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, let's pull up your slides here, and here we go. Well, not that one. There you are. There you are. And whenever you're ready.
All right. Jay is a college football player, and he is freaking out. Football is all he knows, and his scholarship is riding on it. He's choked up and scared. He texts Coach Dave wanting answers. How are we going to handle this? Can't we play and practice together if we have masks on? Coach Dave hangs up from another Zoom call with his team spread across the country. They are depressed. COVID has destroyed the team morale and connection. Dave and his staff spend countless hours emailing personal workout plans and encouragement to Jay and each of their 90 players, but it's challenging to know who's doing what. Yet he still needs to find energy for his family too. Keeping teams connected, encouraged, and accountable is what Blue Zone for Sports is all about. So Dave Lake logs on to Blue Zone and he sends out an entire team message. Hey guys, you've got this. Stay focused on hitting your Blue Zone score today by completing your personal activity plan, which also includes our wellness survey, so I know how you're doing, our team morale activity, and one random act of kindness. I'll be watching the leaderboards and highlighting our top performers. Jay messages back, thanks, coach. If I didn't have you, I don't know what I'd be doing. What began strictly as a productivity platform for sales teams has emerged as an essential tool for coaches, not just during the pandemic, but year-round. With the ability to tailor activity plans for both in-season and off, our coaches say they will never coach without Blue Zone again. We're looking for investors and sponsors who can help us grow this powerful app into a transformational platform to help millions of athletes emerge from their extended off seasons physically, emotionally, and mentally prepared to compete and win in their sport and in life. Thank you, and I hope you'll give us your vote.
Yes, and I'm bringing in Claudius because I'm pretty sure Claudius has a couple questions at least. Claudius, what do you think?
Definitely. Danielle, this is a great idea. I love the business and I love the pitch. I was just curious, can you tell us a little bit how you guys make money?
Well, great question. So we are a true subscription-based B2B subscription as a service. So what I mentioned in the pitch that we started off as a sales team productivity platform and really pivoted during the pandemic. So currently we have about 133 users on the sales team side, and that's comprised of all sorts of industries, including insurance and the technology side of things. And currently now we have a huge opportunity with sports, and we've been really honored to be of service to over 300 athletes spread across 8 different countries, which has really been an honor, and all sorts of different sports, from football to hockey to basketball to cheer to tennis, and any sport from high school to league to even D1 universities. So it's been a real honor to be of service to so many athletes during this really trying time.
And congrats to you and your team for pivoting in during the pandemic. That is a really tough thing to do.
Thank you. Well, it's been interesting. As we developed the application, we heard several times over the last year that it could be a really nice application for sports, but we were really focused on the sales side of things. And then when our general availability release was ready in February, we had a great pipeline of sales teams ready to go, and the pandemic hit, and they hit the pause button. And so we regrouped. And it turns out that at the same time as sports also had to hit the pause button, and there were so many athletes that were sent home to train and practice on their own, and coaches were having a hard time, as you saw in the story. That was a common story that we heard. We were just so excited to learn that we could be of service to so many sports teams as well. So, and my husband loves sports, so it's been a really, really fun pivot for us as well.
All right, we're going to take 2 questions from the audience here. With all the systems for chat and more, how do you integrate with third-party platforms that are widely available? So how do you work with the ecosystem here?
That's a great question. So the interesting thing about Blue Zone is athletes and coaches are in it every day because they're looking at their daily dashboard. And if they prefer to use other chat features that they're more accustomed to, they certainly can use that, and they don't have to be integrated into our app. So we have some sports teams that use it and some don't. But what we find is the way that Blue Zone creates sub-teams. So if you are a football team, for instance, and you've got a sub-team created for your defensive line and a sub-team for your offensive line, this allows those teams to communicate with just their sub-team. It also allows the coach to send shout-outs and encouragement or additional direction to those sub-teams. So what we find is most of our teams really like to use the chat feature integrated in Blue Zone.
Got it. Great job. And last question here. This started outside of Seattle. I'm sorry. This started outside of sports. Now it's in sports. How about the appeal back to non-sports groups, or, why narrow to focus on sports? Maybe that's the question that we're talking about here.
That's another great question. So, we have not abandoned our sales customers and our sales opportunities. When our sales customers hit the pause button, we paused with them, but we are still available and very opportunistic as those opportunities come up again. And just recently, we had another opportunity resurface that we'd spoken to last fall, and we have a proposal out to them for, you know, a nice subscription, we'll say. So we're looking forward to being of service to anyone that can use it. And interestingly enough, we've also found a third channel, which are third parties that can use our activity performance platform as a white label. And so we're in conversations with a college readiness company. We're in conversations with a couple of coaching organizations that coach coaches and train up coaches to be able to use our platform as a leave behind after those trainings, so that they can provide a daily, weekly, monthly set of activities that hold coaches and their teams accountable once they go through this training to be able to enact the things that they've learned on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So another revenue stream, possibility of revenue sharing there.
Well, awesome. Danielle, this is really, really interesting. Interesting time for the technology and the platform you're bringing on. So great job.
Thank you. It's an honor to be involved with Founders Live. Thanks for the invitation.
You're welcome. All right. We'll see you.
Okay.
Yeah, so cool. Claudius, I mean, you could have used this back in the day, huh?
I'm seeing the theme here. I see why you brought me on this pitch. All the sports related ones, huh?
You know,
No, I mean, this is amazing. Again, I think there's so much value there. We definitely had situations where over the holidays, coaches would email out workouts to OSU athletes, and you'd find me looking at a PDF and trying to figure out what the workout is. And I'm like, I can get this on my phone. Why don't they just message me or something? So that there's definitely value there. And I've been in situations where this would be valuable.
Well, they're finally coming around. And hey, the great thing,
in 2020.
The great thing about Founders Live is you go from sports to like our threat, which is such a great, different company. And we're going to bring in Danielle.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Excited to present.
Awesome. Yeah, we're excited. So go ahead and share your screen. I'm working on finding it here. You let us know, and then we'll get you going here. All right. And Claudius, I'm going to remove you, so we'll see you soon. There you are. Okay. And like everyone else, whenever you're ready, just go ahead.
Okay. It's 7 a.m. John, the CEO of a large company, receives a call from his cybersecurity director. Come to the office now. We've got a problem. John is told their company has fallen victim to a ransomware attack, and their data is being held hostage. They're demanding we pay $500,000 in Bitcoin, or our data will be sold on the dark web.
Hey, Danielle, we need to stop. You're muted. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that.
Yeah. So we're going to start over. All right. We're going to start over, everyone. Yeah. Go back. Yeah. We lost you there for a second, but whenever you're ready, just go ahead and start again.
Okay. It's 7 a.m. John, the CEO of a large company, receives a call from his cybersecurity director. Come to the office now. We've got a problem. John is told their company has fallen victim to a ransomware attack. Their data
Hey Danielle, I'm sorry, but I think you went on mute again. I'm not sure what.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. We're gonna try it one more time.
Okay.
I'm not sure if someone is trying to come in and stop your pitch because
yeah,
I don't know what's going on here, everyone. But let's try it one more time. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Did it stop like halfway through, or?
It did, yeah. I just want you to start from the top.
Okay.
We're gonna go one more time. Let's do this. Everyone cheer her on. We got it. Here we go.
Okay. It's 7 a.m. John, the CEO of a large company, receives a call from his cybersecurity director. Come to the office now. We've got a problem. John is told his company has fallen victim to a ransomware attack, and their data is being held hostage. John's mind begins to race.
Yeah, Danielle, you keep muting. I am not sure what's going on.
Oh no. Here, let me try.
Yeah, I think someone's trying to mute
Yes,
you.
I know, it's just kind of ironic.
Yeah, so let's try to figure that out real quick. Yeah.
Sorry about this, everyone. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're going to try that one more time. We're going to add you to the screen. All right.
Okay.
And so Danielle, we're going to try this one more time. We're all here. We're ready. If this for some reason doesn't work, it's not a coincidence. We don't know what's going on, but we're just going to have you hang out and answer some questions, and maybe you can just kind of talk about the pitch. But let's go one more time. All right.
It's 7 a.m. John, the CEO of a large company, receives a call from his cybersecurity director. Come to the office now. We've got a problem. John is told their company has fallen victim to a ransomware attack, and their data is being held hostage. They're demanding we pay $500,000 in Bitcoin, or our data will be sold on the dark web. John's mind begins to race. What will happen to my business? If my customer data is leaked, will I face a lawsuit? Will my customers and business partners ever trust me again? Every 39 seconds, a company somewhere around the world falls victim to a cyber attack. What happened to John happens to thousands of other business owners. John wished he could have done something more to protect his business. He assumed that purchasing security software and hiring staff would have been enough, but what was he missing? Enter our threat. We're a breach and attack simulation platform that acts as your dress rehearsal for cyber attacks. Think of us as your personal 007 agent. We challenge your cyber defenses and put them up against real cyber threats in a secure testing environment. Our threat enables you to identify security gaps, address vulnerabilities, and optimize solutions so you don't end up like John. If you want to truly protect yourself from hackers, you need your own team of hackers on your side. Jesus Garcia has been an ethical hacker for over 10 years. Jesus and our team of developers understand the real techniques that hackers use to infiltrate networks. So don't wait for the bad guys to strike first, and instead take a proactive approach to your cybersecurity. We're a SaaS-based model currently seeking a bridge round of funding and enterprise-level beta customers. Thank you for your time, and I hope our threat won your vote.
Yes, great job. We made it through. We made it through. Wow, yeah, okay. So, my question would be, and by the way, everyone, send your questions. You're thinking about things like, who would this be for? That's my question is, what would be your, who would be your target market, or at least who you're going towards in terms of the market first?
So we're vertical agnostic, and also, we want to make our software approachable for everyone. So yes, our target audience would probably be enterprise level customers, but we have 4 different subscription tiers that make it more accessible for those SMBs who also want to take cybersecurity more seriously. Just because in today's environment, especially with COVID-19, we've seen a huge increase in cyber attacks and security breaches. And typically SMBs tend to be more vulnerable just because they don't believe they have the budget or the time or the money to spend to really focus on their cybersecurity. So with these 4 tiers, our goal is to just make it really accessible to everyone who wants to invest in their security, and also to kind of level the playing field and give the smaller guys a fighting chance against these hackers.
Got it. Claudius, do you have a question for Danielle?
Yeah. I'm glad we got it to work. Hopefully Nick, you got my text. And Danielle, I would love for you to talk about the IP that you guys have built around the system. It seems like you guys have kind of an algorithm that does a little bit of modeling. And can you talk about what IP you potentially have?
Yeah, so right now we're cloud-based, but it can also be installed on-premise as well. But we recommend cloud-based. We're currently hosted on AWS, and yeah, the installation process is super easy. All you really need to have is an endpoint that contains all of your security controls. So in our terms, that's like your company's gold image. So that would be your firewall, your antivirus, endpoint protection. Even more advanced software like your SIM and your SOAR platforms. And then we perform our tests in a virtual machine environment. So you would just download a VM onto your computer that you want to test. So it's in a completely secure environment. If you follow all the steps, we also walk you through the process to make sure that you're secure. So these malware scripts don't get out and actually infect your computer. So if you follow all those steps, it should be 100% secure.
Yeah, and can you talk a little bit about the cost of the service?
So we have 4 different subscription tiers. Right now it's silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Silver and gold are more geared towards those SMBs who really want to invest more in their security. And then for those platinum and diamond tiers, those are more for enterprise, global sized businesses who have several different offices in different countries, and lots of endpoints they want to test to make sure that they're secure.
Got it. And we got one more quick one, if you can answer this one. Let's see, where is it? Amelia asks, how is this different from other solutions in the market that, you would consider your competitors?
Great question. So there's other breach and attack simulation platforms out there. But the thing that really sets our threat apart is that we focus on not only known threats, so those are threats that are already widely available, widely used out in the world and out in the internet, but we also focus on unknown threats. So those include zero-day attacks, which are attacks that have never seen before. Those are new vulnerabilities that threat actors discover and exploit. So we kind of take it a step further and really emphasize those unknown attacks, because those are the methods that these hackers use to infiltrate networks. Those are the real tactics, techniques, and procedures that they use.
Got it. Well, thank you so much, Daniela. Hey, we made it through a little bit of difficulties, but you know what? We hang in there. That's what we do. And great job so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. See you soon. Okay. We got to clear that out. Claudius. Hey,
that was a cool pitch. Hey,
we hang in there.
Exactly. I loved her resolve and not quitting. It's always the number one attribute for I love to see in entrepreneurs.
Yep. And so, all right, everyone, it is time. It is the time that we can determine who is moving on. And here's what we do, everyone. So there is a link below the video box. There is a link that says founders, or it says seattlevoting.founderslive.com, and you check that out, click that, walk through the voting real quick. We're going to post it also in the chat as well, but you scan that code. That is the code that gets us the voting. We're using a Google Doc. That is the code. I just posted it in the chat as well. You can copy and paste that, scan that code with your phone. There's the link below the video. We are going to take a few minutes and we're going to go through the voting. We'll see who wins, who is the best pitch of the night, which one did you like the best. We're going to spend a few minutes. And during that time, we have actually a special guest. We're going to bring her on. We have a special guest to join, and it is Rebecca Bastian from Own Trail. Rebecca, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Rebecca. And for everyone, I already announced it earlier, but hey, we want to bring on Rebecca, have her talk to us a little bit about you qualified for the Founders Live North America primetime event happening October 21st. And first of all, we just want to congratulate you. We want to tell everyone in Seattle that it is our duty to support you and help you move on to the next event. But first of all, congratulations. And, just what are your thoughts?
Thank you. I'm so excited for it. I'm probably not that much less nervous than I was the first time competing in the Founders Live Seattle, but that was really fun. And I'm so excited to be able to represent Seattle nationally next time.
Well, yeah. And, tell us a little bit about Own Trail. So if people weren't watching during the event that you pitched and won, just give us a little bit, maybe not your 99-second, but at least your kind of elevator pitch and why you built it.
Yeah, so, essentially Own Trail is focused on advancing women both individually and systemically. And we do that by helping a really diverse array of women to authentically own their stories and see people who look like them in the places they aspire to, and to mobilize to create equitable systems overall. It's a space that I'm super passionate about and have an amazing team working on it. And it's actually great timing because we just opened up our seed round. And so it's going to be great timing to get out more as we're finding investors for that.
Well, yeah, and tell us a little bit about, the Founders Live experience and what you experienced, maybe even, after that, winning, and then just, what has happened since you've pitched, and that was a couple months ago.
Yeah, I mean, startup time, it's like so much has happened. I feel like every week is another year. But yeah, the experience pitching was really fun. I think that forcing myself to kind of figure out how to condense, this huge vision, all these ideas, all this progress into 90 seconds was really challenging, and it was a really helpful exercise. And I actually think now that I'm going out and pitching for our seed round is actually really helpful to think about, what is the core element of the story that grabs people's attention? What are the most important kind of data points and information? And then obviously I can expand beyond 90 seconds in most conversations, but being able to condense that, I think, was just a really helpful exercise.
Very good. What should we expect going, into the end of the year and going through next year? What are you excited about, and what can you tell us?
Yeah, so what we've built so far with Own Trail, and we launched this past February, is the ability for women to share their trails through life, which is a really powerful exercise both in self-reflection and really owning your narrative. But then it also gives back to those coming up behind us in terms of, being able to see all the different journeys and recognize that there really is no one right path through life. So we've built out that ability to share and to browse through other trails. And that's really the foundation of this huge community and movement and huge, really kind of data-driven platform that we're creating. So through the end of the year and into the next year, we are building out deeper ways for women to be engaging with each other, supporting themselves and each other, and really mobilizing through, reflection and imagination and aspirations to action for their own lives and each other's lives. We're actually creating a program that's launching soon that we don't have up on the website right now, but we do have a wait list. If you find me on LinkedIn, you can see a link to that for any women that are interested in that. But that's going to be something really big that we're developing out this year, and that is, essentially both our business model and our way of really creating a very action-oriented impact.
So great. And hey, you're in the Founders Live family, and you're in the Founders Live, prime time going on at October 21st, the North America. That's the number 2, the second one that we've had. It's round 4 in 5 events. And I'm so excited to have you a part of it, Rebecca.
Thank you. Well, I hope everyone listening women share your trails, and I hope everyone will come join and check out. I'm excited to see all of the other founders pitching as well, but I think it should be a really cool event.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Good to see you. Thank you for last minute jumping on. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right. See you later. All right. There we go. Okay, everyone. It is time. Let me bring Claudius back in here. Claudius.
Hey.
Well, what do you think, man?
Man, I'm excited that Owen Trail and Rebecca are going on to participate and compete in the live pitch, man. That is so cool that you guys are extending this beyond just the monthly events and now making this a competition event, a global competition event, or nationwide competition event first, and then global, I'm sure. That's amazing.
It's so exciting. And so I'm looking at the results here. This new system, we're trialing some new systems, and people, before, back when we voted differently, people could actually see the results, and that was pretty cool. But we internally see them, and I'm looking at a pretty dang close race. But I'm gonna call it right now. And right now, our winner for the September 2020 Founders Live is Danielle from our thread. We're gonna bring her back on stage. Great job, Danielle.
Congrats.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's fantastic.
So good. And, I take this opportunity every time to say, everyone, great job on your pitch. And I mean, it's so cool to, be here and hear all these presentations, the pitches, all the messages that you are creating and bringing to the world. But Danielle, congratulations. And hey, you worked through not the easiest way, and you dealt with it. So congratulations. So cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's an honor. And then, I also want to congratulate everyone else that presented. They all did an excellent job. And everyone did excellent. Congrats.
Well, we like to spend a little more time with our winners. And, I think the question that I like to share, or, even ask and, have the presenter share is, what was the origin of this? Very interesting. So what was the origin of creating the company around this technology?
Of course. Yeah. So it was created by our CTO, Jesus Garcia. He's the mastermind behind the software. And he made it because he kind of saw a gap in the way that security tools and solutions can be validated. So when a company purchases a software, they just automatically assume that it's going to work the way that it should. They promise you A, B, and C, and there's really no way to test if that is in fact true. You just kind of have to rely on those assumptions, rely on that, trust that it's going to work and actually protect you from the cyber attacks that it claims to protect you from. But especially today, we're seeing a huge increase in security breaches. So, there's kind of like a disconnect between what the software companies, claim to protect you from, and it might just be that you're configuring your software incorrectly, and there's some things on your end you have to fix. So he wanted to create a platform that could kind of provide that transparency, provide that visibility for companies to really know for sure whether or not the processes and the tools they have in place can protect them from cyber attacks.
So interesting. And I think it just is much more important now than it ever has been. Claudius, I know you're hidden, so I'm going to bring you back. Closing thoughts with our winner here.
Yeah, well, I guess I have one last question. I was just curious because we've kind of skirted around it, but we've never asked. But Danielle, can you tell us who are some of your competitors? Who are the people you guys are going after?
Of course. So one of the huge competitors is Simulate. They're a company, I believe, from Israel. And then we have Safe Breach, we have Attack IQ, we have Veridin. A lot of them are either in the United States or located in Israel and Turkey. They're been established for a few years now. But again, we kind of, in terms of our offerings, we take it a step further and really focus on those unknown threats, which is something that a lot of them just don't really focus on, or there's kind of like a lack, like a disconnect. So that's really, like I said, it's our claim to fame, is that we really want to protect you from threats that are both known and unknown.
Amazing.
Well, Danielle, great job. You stuck with it. You made it happen. And, welcome to the Founders Live Primetime group. That you know, the opportunities for that will happen. Looks like probably in early 2021. So stay tuned and hang in there.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right.
Again.
Well, hopefully we see you in the networking and chat for a while. Like, please hang around. People are going to want to talk with you.
Yes, absolutely. I will see you all there.
See you soon. Well, Claudius, takes us a little farther out than we wanted to tonight in terms of time, but here we are. What'd you think?
Man, as always, a host of great startups, and thanks to Melissa for helping those founders really hone their pitch. I love the way Melissa does it and really telling a clear, concise story about who is going to benefit from this solution and what problem they're having that they need a solution. And so I think the pitches were crisp. I loved it.
So did I. I thought
oh, Nick, I think we might have lost you.
we had a really great group this month.
There we go. You're there.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My machine is running. My machine is running.
I'm surprised you lasted this long.
I know. Make sure you attend Founders Live Primetime North America. Let's help Rebecca move on. Own Trail, they're going to do great, and please support her. You'll get more information on that. Thank you, everyone. Ken and Sean, you guys from Venture Out, you guys are awesome, and really appreciate you guys spending the time to share your vision and how you help early stage entrepreneurs. Every Founders Live is now your Founders Live. Feel free to jump on and watch these events. They're great. You're going to meet a lot of great people, and stick around for the happy hour. So there's a link below. Click that link. You've received an email probably with that link as well. It's in the chat. You'll see you have to copy paste it, but I'll do it one more time. The networking right there, networking link. Come hang out with us, grab a drink of your choice and chill and hang out. And the last thing I want to say is, hey, Amelia, she's all yours. I hand it off. So thank you so much. And Claudius, thanks for hanging out tonight, man.
Oh, thank you, man. Again, really amazing to see what you built from the start. Again, I'm one of the OGs, Feature Friday. Love to always bring it back to that. And I'm loving and excited to kind of see what Amelia kind of takes this. I think last thing I will say is everybody register to vote. FYI, it's election year.
Right. Your vote counts, everyone. I think we learned that very recently. So thank you all. See you in the chat or the networking if you want. Hang out with us. And for that, that's Founders Live Seattle. See y'all.